Goedemorgen uit België. Good morning and greetings from Antwerp, Belgium. My name is Chris Achten. I'm calling to you from KDG, University of Applied Sciences and Arts, and it's a real honor to be able to tell you a few more things about our university and how you could also come and make a difference at our university. Well, this is a picture of me and my contacts. I'm a lecturer at the university, and I also am employed as a student recruiter / advisor. So I help students to make the decision whether to come and study in Antwerp, Belgium. And I wouldn't be doing this job if I didn't think you should come and study at our university. So today I'll talk to you about a few things. I'll explain a few things about Belgium, why Belgium's such a great place to study. I'll say a few things about Antwerp, the city we're based in, and then I will explain about the study programs and some of the practicalities that are involved with studying at our university. So Belgium, small country, but great in many things. We're located right in the middle of Europe. Our capital is Brussels, as we're surrounded by the Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, France, and just across the water, there's the United Kingdom. We have 3 official languages in Belgium. We speak Dutch, French, and German, but also English is very widely spoken. As I said, we're a small country. We only have a population of around 11 million people. We're a monarchy, so we have a king. And Belgium has existed since 1830. Before that, we were one country together with the Netherlands, and we used to be called the Low Countries. So the Netherlands and Belgium are very similar. We speak the same language, especially in Flanders, the northern part where we are based. We're also a founding member state of the European Union. So the European thought, the way of thinking that really unifies Europe. It started in Belgium. Together with the Netherlands and Luxembourg, we started the European Union, and then more and more countries joined us. That's also the reason why the headquarters of the European Union and NATO are located in Brussels as well, so our capital. Hang on, I'm trying to move to the next slide. Okay, so a few things you may associate with Belgium. We're known for our amazing food. So Belgian fries, don't say French fries, they're Belgian. Belgian waffles, chocolate, our soccer team. You may also have heard of the Red Devils. And at the bottom right, I've included a picture of one of our most famous export products, Tomorrowland, the music festival. It was also launched and started in Antwerp in Belgium, the city where we're based in. So if you look at a map of Europe, you can really see that when you're studying in Belgium, you're really studying in the heart of Europe. We're a tiny country, but we're very close to lots of other interesting places. If Belgium should, after 3 years, you may want to go and visit some of our neighboring countries as well. And it's actually very easy to go from Antwerp, the city where we're based in, to Paris, Amsterdam, or London. To go to Amsterdam only takes 1 hour by train, to Paris about 2 hours, London also 2 hours. So in some ways you could say that studying in Belgium, living in Belgium, it's actually closer to the center of London than living in the suburbs of London. I have friends who live in London, and it actually takes them 2 hours to get to their work in the center of London, which is just the same time it takes us from Belgium to get there. So should you come and study in Belgium, you'll really be in the heart of Europe, and it will be very easy to travel to lots of interesting places around Belgium. Having said that, Belgium also has a lot to offer. We have a very high standard of living. It's a very stable and safe country. One of the reasons for that, I mentioned, we're the capital of the European Union, so we cannot not be stable and safe. All the European diplomats, the ministers, they all meet in Belgium, in Brussels. That's also one of the reasons why we have a very good infrastructure. Railroads, the roads, public transport, it's all really well organized in Belgium. Belgium has a long history, especially our cities, Antwerp, Bruges, Ghent, Brussels. They're really medieval cities, so they have a very rich history. It shows in the architecture, but it still lives on today. So we are a very culturally minded country as well. We have a very diverse population. In Antwerp alone, there's 170 nationalities living at the moment. So that's more nationalities than New York. There's only one city in the world that has more nationalities living in that city, and that's Amsterdam. But Antwerp comes just after that. So it's the second most diverse city in the world. We're really on the crossroads of Europe. So again, if you want to travel anywhere in Europe, Belgium's an excellent place to be based in. And of course, we have amazing food and chocolates. If you, well, I would say it's a food, but not everybody agrees. Why would you come and study in Belgium? Well, we offer a world-class education. One of the oldest universities in Europe, or even the world, was founded in Belgium, in Leuven. But also the other cities like Antwerp have really excellent education for very low tuition fees. I'll get to that later. We have affordable living costs. So compared to Amsterdam and Paris and London, it is actually possible to find a place to stay in Antwerp. Not difficult at all, actually. You can work during your studies and also after your studies. It is possible to get, if you have a job, if you found a job after your studies, it's possible for you to stay back in Belgium and, well, continue build a life in Belgium or any of our surrounding countries, and you will be based in an economically very strong region. Our university is a university of applied sciences and arts. What does that mean? The Belgian education system is organized, higher education system. We have two types of universities. We have universities of applied sciences and arts, which you see here on the left, and there's research universities. So the difference is that research universities, they offer academic bachelors. Our university offers professional bachelor's degrees. The difference is that a professional bachelor prepares you for a job. It's a real life work-ready education. So the idea is that after 3 years, you're ready to start a career in the field that you studied. Whereas an academic bachelor gets you ready to do research in a specific topic and then continue on to do a master's. However, should you want to continue to do a master's, you can actually switch from our professional bachelor's through a bridging program. It typically takes 1 year, and continue at a research university and do your master's there, or up to an advanced master or even a PhD. Professional bachelors are a great way to kickstart your career. You will get a hands-on training that really prepares you for a professional role. But if you want to continue your studies, you can do so in an advanced bachelor or in a master's degree. The admission criteria are also very straightforward. We only need two things from you to be allowed to start at this professional bachelor. We need a certificate of secondary education, and we need a B2 level of English. I'll say a bit more about that later on. And a professional bachelor typically takes 3 years of full-time studying. Full-time, we expect students to be dedicated to their studies. As I said, you can work on the side, but we don't really recommend it because we want you to be dedicated to your studies. It is possible to do it in 4 years or even 5 years, but if you study well, you will graduate in 3 years, and then either start a job or continue studying a master's. So we're based in Flanders. Flanders is the northern part of Belgium. So Belgium here, the northern part indicated here. Very compact region. We have about 6 million inhabitants. And to just give you an idea of the scale of things, to travel from Antwerp to Brussels takes about 30 minutes by train, 40 minutes. From Antwerp to Bruges, the medieval city of Bruges by the coast, is about an hour and a half. So it's really a compact place. Our university is located in Antwerp, close to the border with the Netherlands, not far from the seaside. and one of the well, medieval gems of our country, I would say. I mentioned earlier, Flanders has the same language as the Netherlands, so everybody in Flanders speaks Dutch as their first language. Dutch sounds a bit like German, but it is a language in its own right. But again, almost everybody in Flanders speaks really good English as well, so you won't have a hard time getting around Flanders. The city we're based in, Antwerp, it's been known for its creativity, cultural entrepreneurship. You may know this person here in the picture. He's Rubens, one of our most famous painters. And Antwerp really has been known since the Middle Ages as a hotspot for learning, for education, for the arts, for cultural entrepreneurship. And I mentioned Tomorrowland earlier. It's a typical example of how nowadays Antwerp still is a place for entrepreneurs to start a business in the creative scene, in the arts, and to really have a massive success as well. The reason for that is the Antwerp population is, one, very diverse, two, pretty rich. So we actually invest in the arts, we invest in the cultural scenes, and three, we're so compact, so it's very easy to find an audience for your arts or for your products. So even if you would start up your own business or you would launch a product line of your own, it will be very easy in Antwerp to find people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, to test your product and to give you feedback on your product. So in many ways, you could say Antwerp is the ideal startup city. The city also invests quite heavily in the tech scenes, the business scene, international business scene, their startup accelerators, incubators. Antwerp's the first smart city in Europe as well. So the whole city is lined with beacons that help, for instance, self-driving cars to navigate through the city. International advertising agencies, they test their campaigns in Antwerp because they know if it works in Antwerp, it will work all over the world. And as I pointed out here, Antwerp really is also Europe's place to be. Lonely Planet, the travel books, they say it. The capital of cool, and an amazing place to be young in. And yes, I also studied in Antwerp when I was younger, so I can attest to that. Why would you come and study at KDG at our university? You will be studying in a true international classroom. So not only is the city of Antwerp very diverse with 170 nationalities, we also have a very diverse population in our classrooms. Our English programs are taught in English exclusively, and you will be joining the classes with students from all over the world, from Africa, from South America, from Europe, from Belgium, but also from Asia, from the Middle East. We even have a student from Australia right now. So right now, all the continents are represented in our classrooms. You will get a real-life education by teachers and lecturers who have experiences in the business they're lecturing on. So we're not academics, we're actually professionals that also teach about what we learned running our businesses. And you will be based in a city that was really built on entrepreneurship, innovation, and technology. So the three programs that we offer in English really are rooted in the Antwerp scene as well. The teachers that teach in these courses, they actually work in the businesses in Antwerp. So they give you lots of real life examples, and you will also get real life opportunities. Each program includes internships. So in the last year, the third year of your studies, you will be required to do an internship in a company, either in Belgium or in another country. In the second year, you can go on exchange programs, Erasmus, you may have heard of that, which will not require you to pay extra. You just pay the tuition fee for our university in Antwerp, and you can travel to one of our partner universities across the world. So if you want to, you can have a study experience in 3 countries, not just Belgium, but also the country where you do your exchange program. And in the last year, should you choose to do your internship in another country, a third country. Also, our programs really are a springboard to work or to a master's degree. As I said, you can continue to study a master's degree, but should you choose to start work, we have very good news for you. Last year, all of our job-seeking alumni were working within 3 months of graduating. So our profiles are highly sought after, and up until now, every student that graduated from our university, from our international programs, were working within 3 months of their graduation. We, of course, also have a website. You can see the URL here, kdg.be/en. For our English programs, we offer 5 programs in English. 3 of them are bachelor's degrees, and then there's 2 programs in the arts as well. Today, I will talk about the bachelor's degrees. Should you be interested in the arts programs as well, we can also help you find a place in those as well. But we'll focus on the bachelor's today. So 3 degree programs that we offer. We have a Bachelor of Applied Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Management, and a Bachelor of Multimedia and Communication Technology. You can find the full descriptions, the curricula, everything you need to know about these programs on our website. Also, should you want to get in touch with the program managers from these programs, I can help you have a conversation with that, or the people at Global Compass can also explain you a bit more about these programs and get you in touch with the counselors for these programs. Just a brief overview. The Bachelor of Applied Information Technology, in many countries, this would be called the Bachelor of Computer Sciences, and it's exactly the same thing. So in 3 years' time, you will learn all the ins and outs of what it is that makes you a master of the computer rather than its slave. You will learn the programming fundamentals. You will get a deep understanding of artificial intelligence. You will be able to set up system networks, and we teach you the different programming languages that are used right now, but we will also teach you the logic behind them, because we want our programs to be future-proof. So by the time that you graduate 3 years from now, the technology that's used nowadays will be obsolete. So in 3 years' time, there will be new technology that we don't know about yet. But we teach you all the skills you need to be very adaptable, very agile, to be able to use this new technology as well. The program is very structurally organized, very logically organized. We work in sprints of 1 week, where on Monday you have specific courses, Tuesday another set of courses, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday you get an integration project where you integrate everything you've learned over the past 4 days into the project that you'll be working on for the whole year. And it won't be just you in the first year. You will be doing this together with the students from the second year and the third year. The students in the first year, they will be the developers in this program. So they get hands-on experience on what it is to develop software, to develop networks. Students in the second year, they're working on the same project, but they will do so from the perspective of project managers. And students in the third year, they will be the top management for this program. So the idea is that when you graduate after 3 years, you will have all the experiences that you need to be able to pursue a career in ICT, either as a developer or as a project manager in a small company, or you can set up your own company, or thirdly, as an ICT consultant within a large company, such as our university, for instance. We also have ICT specialists. So it's a very broad program that really prepares you for a career in IT. The second program we offer, the Bachelor of Business Management, offers a very broad education in what it's like to work in international business. So you get courses in human resources, marketing, communication, law, finance, accounting, economics. So all the basics you need for a career in the international business in the first year. In the second year, you specialize further, and we help you also develop intercultural, interpersonal, and intercultural skills. Again, we work with international classrooms, And we feel that if you want to pursue a career in international business, you have to be able to work and communicate very clearly with people from different backgrounds, from different cultures, different ways, walks of life. So the focus of our international business program is not just on the business skills, but also in interpersonal skills, the intercultural skills. In the third year, we go even deeper and you choose one topic that really interests you. Could be HR, could be communication or economics, finance, and you do a specialization in that third year that continues in your internship that you choose together with your lecturers and a graduation project. Again, all this information and much more can be found on our website. And finally, our Bachelor of Multimedia and Communication Technology is a very specific program that is quite unique to our university, but we think it's an amazing proposition. This program attempts to bridge the gap between technology, innovation, and business. So we colloquially call this program the Digital Nomads Program because it typically prepares you for a career as a digital nomad. So somebody who just needs a computer and well, a hammock or a beach and like a nice place to work from, running a business, a digital business in creativity. So you could be a web developer, you could be a copywriter, you could be a video maker, you could be a growth hacker, all things that involve creativity, business insights, and technology. Again, this program is also organized in sprints, but not sprints of 1 week, but of 5 or 6 weeks. So in each sprint, you'll really develop one of the skills that you will be needing for a career as a digital nomad. Could be robotics, could be virtual reality, could be networking, could be communication skills, could be video editing. So really dedicated skills that will help you build your portfolio of skills that you will need as a digital nomad. Whereas the other two programs had the option to do an internship in the last year, this program also has the option to do an internship, or you could start up your own company. So should you decide to launch your own company as a digital nomad, a digital entrepreneur, we will coach you to do so, and your graduation project will be your own company. Again, all the information, the curriculum, etc., can be found on our website, including some video of things that our students have been doing in the first year. This is a new program, so we're still in the first year. And well, it's growing as we speak. There's lots of interest for this program, and I think it will be a very unique addition to well, to the existing portfolio. So business management, you can study that at many places in the world. Computer sciences as well. This program, multimedia and communication technology, really is a unique thing. So if that's your thing, creativity, technology, and business skills, this is the one for you. Okay, so should you decide to come and have a look at our website, you'll find that studying at KDG really offers great value for money. As I mentioned before, the tuition fees for our university are very low. You will pay only as much as 6,172 euros for a full year, so 2 semesters at our university, which I think you'll find is a very, very fair price for a great education. We do get a lot of questions about scholarships, and we don't offer individual scholarships for the simple reason that our university has chosen to support every student. So we're supported by the local government, the Flemish and the Belgian government, to organize this education, not just for Flemish and Belgian students, but actually for students across the world. And rather than give individual students a scholarship, which would mean not giving it to 95 other students, we decided to lower the tuition fees for everybody. So 6,100 euros is the same, what we think, a very fair price for every student. We don't do individual scholarships. we also offer very affordable housing, and the cost of living is also relatively low in Belgium. I mentioned compared to our neighboring countries, the Netherlands or France or the UK, it's actually quite easy to find a place to live in Belgium. It's very affordable. You can find a place for around 400 euros. And also the cost of living is quite low. So for under 1,000 euros per month, you can have a very comfortable life in Antwerp. So we think that's a very fair price for a great education at KDG. In terms of practicalities, to be accepted, you basically need two things. You need a secondary education diploma. Typically, we accept diplomas that give a student access to higher education in their own country. And for Kyrgyzstan, I understood that this is the secondary school leaving certificate. So it's, well, spelled out here in the Cyrillic script. I won't offend you by trying to pronounce this correctly. But the diploma you need to state that you have completed upper secondary education in your home country. So that's one thing we need from you. And secondly, we need a proof of English proficiency. You can prove that through an IELTS, where you need to score a 6.0, TOEFL test, where you need to score 87. One of the other certificates listed here, we need a B2 level. The easiest for you is to get that certificate on your own in your home country, or we can also do a test, an online test with you. So our language teachers, they also have a module that you can take with them. They will do a Skype interview with you. However, these tests are scheduled 4 or 5 times throughout the year, but it might be much easier and faster for you to get the certificate at home, because that will speed up the process massively. But should you want to take your own test, we can also help you set that up as well. And finally, I also need to introduce you to my colleague Remo here, who's our student services officer. He's the one that will be helping you out should you decide to apply for a spot at our university with all practical things. So he's there to help you find a place to live, so housing support. He will be there together with the people at Global Compass to make sure you get your visa, make sure you get all the documents. We also have a proof of solvency procedure. This is a procedure that we installed where you can prove that you have enough money to complete your education. So basically, we can open a bank account for you where you can deposit money, and we will then issue a statement that you can show to the embassy stating that, yes, we have this amount of money from student X. He or she is able to pay for his or her studies. And with that piece of paper, you have a much better chance of getting your visa in certain countries. I don't know what the situation is like in Kyrgyzstan, but if it helps, we can also open this bank account for you. And then when you're in Antwerp, you will get a fixed amount from that bank account. So in installments, we will pay it back to you. So you have that 1,000 euros a month to pay for your housing and the cost of living. We also have a buddy system where we link up new students with current students from across the world. We organize welcoming days for our new students. We have individual coaching, also mental health support. We're really there to make sure that your international experience is as smooth and rewarding as possible. We run an international students club, the KDG Explorers Club, which consists of students from Belgium who have gone abroad on an exchange program and international students. So you won't have a hard time meeting students from a similar background as yours. And well, we organize lots of social activities for our international students as well. I have lots of material to show you about our university. We have some videos about Belgium, about Antwerp, but of course also videos about our university. And I've shared them with the people at Global Compass, so they will also be able to upload them and share them with you. On this slide, you can find my personal contact details, so you can always reach out to me if you have specific questions. But I do recommend you go and have a chat with the people at Global Compass first, because they know our programs quite well, and we work with them very closely. So probably they'll be able to answer your question and even get you started on your application, and I think you should you decide to come and make a difference at KDG in Antwerp. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm really looking forward to welcome you in Antwerp. Should you have any questions, we're right here for you. We've got your back together with people at Global Compass. So thanks for your attention, and well, looking forward to welcome you in Antwerp. Thanks. Bye-bye.